down the basement, lock the cellar door, and baby, talk bloody to me.
Hi, and welcome to another exciting edition of Talk Bloody to Me. I'm Matt,
And I'm Brizzy.
and this week we are not doing a fan request, I believe, but we are doing the 2007 version of Halloween, written and directed by Rob Zombie. And why are we
Mhm.
reviewing this movie, Breezy?
Because Tyler Maine will be at CrypticCon in October.
Nice. And he plays Michael Myers in this movie.
Yes.
The adult Michael Myers to be specific.
Yeah. Yep.
Um, and he was in our other movie we watched recently about the sauna, 176 degrees or however the hell many. I don't remember the exact number.
247.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Who is he? Was he like the guy that got trapped in there with them, or was he the guy that trapped him in there?
He was the guy that did the cabin,
Okay.
like hosted the cabin.
Oh, gotcha. Right on. This movie also has someone else that was in that movie, which is Scout Taylor Compton, and she plays Laurie Strode in this movie. And
And
and there's a whole cast of all stars in this movie,
Danny
like
Harris.
Danielle Harris,
She's
exactly.
she's like young in this one, or it seems like it.
Yeah, she is. She plays Annie Brackett. So, if you don't know, Danielle Harris was the little girl in Halloween 4 and 5. So she's back for
Yep.
Halloween action. And then you have several. You have this is a movie directed by Rob Zombie, so of course you're going to get Sherry Moon Zombie is going to make an appearance, and she is Deborah Myers, which is Michael Myers' mom.
Yep.
And I talk a lot of smack about Sherry Moon about how she's a bad actress and all that, but honestly, in this movie she does actually pretty good. Like she's more convincing in this movie than she is in the Firefly movies for some reason.
Yeah, she's kind of a hit and miss though.
Yeah, it's true. Yo,
On movies though. That's
right.
my point. It's yeah. I don't know. She does really good on like A House of Thousand Corpses though.
Right. The important thing is that Rob Zombie found an excuse to make her get up on stage as a stripper for his movie because otherwise it just wouldn't be a Rob Zombie movie.
Yeah. You gotta throw that little Rob Zombie in the mix.
Exactly. And then also I think it's the cops at one point you have Bill Moseley makes an appearance and um what's his name? Oh
Sid
my
is in there
God.
too, just a
Yep.
little bit.
Yeah, exactly. Um and apparently Clint Howard's in it, but I missed him. But he's like a
Yeah.
doctor at the beginning. And then Brad Dourif is the Sheriff Lee Brackett. And
I noticed him right away because I'm a huge fan of Brad Dorff. So
yeah, Sid Haig. I couldn't think of his last. I was
Sig
blanking on it.
Hagen. Yep.
I was blanking on his last name, but good old Captain Spaulding. Danny Trejo is in here, and he has such a tragic role. So
I know. I know.
and William Forsythe, who's in Devil's Rejects, he's the cop that's trying to hunt him down. He's Michael Myers' abusive stepfather. And Malcolm McDowell plays Dr. Loomis. And I swear I
Mhm.
thought Rutger Hauer was in this movie, but it's not. It's Richard Lynch, guy that looks like Rutger Hauer, but it was fake Rutger Hauer. So there, like, so many cool people are in this movie. It's worth watching just for that. And basically, what this movie is, how I would sum it up, is it's basically a retelling of the original John Carpenter Halloween movie, except with an added backstory of Michael Myers as a kid. And
Yep.
not just the quick little blurb of him in the clown suit killing his sister that you get in the John Carpenter version, but you actually get to see him talk and in school and without his mask. And I'd say it's like an hour and 40-minute movie. And I'd say it's about in half. The first half is him as a
Yeah.
kid, and the second half is the adult Michael Myers.
Yeah. I mean, I like, well, I kind of I kind of dislike it, but I like it, but I don't like it at the same time.
right? So I actually saw this when it came out in the theater. And I think I saw it like right away, and I remember liking it. I remember thinking, "Oh, that was really cool. I like how they told some of the story of Michael Myers as a kid, and I like how he had different masks and he made his own masks." And I actually thought it was pretty cool. And then I just watched it again a couple nights ago because we were going to be talking about it for this, and I really didn't like it that much. I was like, this kind of sucks. I was like surprised. I was like, because I remembered liking it. I remember thinking it was like almost as good as the John Carpenter version. And this time I was like, no, this is not as good because it wastes way too much time on Michael Myers as a kid, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And in my opinion, the whole concept of Michael Myers is he's the boogeyman and he's absolute evil. And is he supernatural? Is he not supernatural? And this whole sort of mystique and this mystery around him. And then when you show him as a chubby blonde kid, that's like, it's like it kind of takes away from all that. No offense, but it's like he looks like
Well,
fucking
it might take away from it for a little bit, but at the same time, like he's sitting in jail or a psych ward,
right.
and he's because you don't see the John Carpenter's little boy in that aspect. So it's like I kind of like that because he's sitting in like in the psych ward talking to the doctor, and
Hmm.
it's like obviously he's not right in the head, obviously. So
Right.
I do like that, but it's like
Yeah.
it took so much time. I mean, if they like just cut right into it, I think it
Yep.
would be probably be better.
Yep. Yeah, so his mom is a stripper and his stepdad or dad, I think it's stepdad, I can't remember, but is injured. He's got like casts on each hands. I don't think they really explain what happened to him. And right away Michael Myers is like he's playing with like a rat and he's all bloody like he murdered it. And then there's an incident at his school with some bullies, and in the process they search his backpack and then they find a dead cat. And then after school, he basically goes out into the woods and beats the one bully to death with a shovel, and that's kind of satisfying. I will admit that's I always enjoy seeing a bully get beaten to death,
Right.
especially
Yeah,
by a
same
kid.
here.
Yeah.
Same.
Yup. And the kid is like, "No, stop. No, I'm sorry." And Michael Myers doesn't stop. So it just goes to show you that he's brutal and uncaring and unfeeling. And then he goes home and his William Forsythe is making fun of him and calling him names, and so then he kills him, and then his sister wouldn't take him trick-or-treating because she wanted to have sex with her boyfriend. So then he goes and murders both of them in
What
like a tribute
there
to the original.
Yeah, I was going to say like in the first one he was like dressed up as a ghost.
Yep.
He did the same thing in this one too.
Yep, they redo the ghost with the glasses scene, so that's fun.
I think it's a little bit, I don't know, on this one it's like a little bit more intense, graphic, but yet funny.
Hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think they kind of play up the humor a little bit, but at the same time, it's because it's more, it's made in 2007 as opposed to, the 70s, so the special effects are more intense and it's like a little bit more like in your face kind of thing.
Yep.
But yeah, it's like to me, I think it's like they make it by showing all that backstory and everything, it kind of makes it sets up like how this could actually happen to a person, maybe like that he just was under so much pressure that he finally snapped because his home life was so shitty and kids at school were making fun of him and picking on him and stuff.
Right.
And so it makes it kind of more quote unquote realistic, like this is something that could happen in the real world, and but it takes away from some of that more mysterious supernatural boogeyman aspect. Is so that's kind of the trade-off. If you want a more realistic human serial killer style boogeyman, then you got the Rob Zombie version. If you want a more supernatural, creepy, unexplained, possibly supernatural boogeyman, then you got the John Carpenter version. That's my that's my
I think like both John Carpenter and Rob Zombies, I like he's like you said, he's more what was it? Sorry, I blanked out a little bit.
Realistic,
Yeah,
intense. Yeah.
realistic, and it's just like I don't know. I like John Carpenter's, you know, Michael Myers, but Rob Zombie's is a little bit scarier because of the mask.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. But did you know that Dee Wallace is in there?
I did. Well, I didn't, but when she went by, I was like, "Holy crap, that's Dee Wallace!" Like as she
Yeah.
was on screen. um, and did you think that the young Michael Myers looked like Honey Boo Boo?
Honey Boo Boo? What the
That's
hell?
that's what
No.
okay. That
I
must just
was
be
gonna
me.
say what?
Anyway, oh, and Danny Trejo, when he was in the hospital, Danny Trejo was so nice to him. He was like, "Me and Mikey, we got an understanding." He's like, "Me, Mikey's my buddy," and he's all like nicey nice with him. And then Michael Myers just murders him brutally anyway. And he's like, "I was nice to you," as he like puts his face in this water and like beats the piss out of him. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, Danny Trejo, not even being nice to Michael Myers works. He doesn't give a shit.
Yeah.
Um, and what else was I gonna say about this movie? What else do you want to say, Brazy?
Do you like any like killing scenes in this one?
I like when Annie gets killed. Like
Oh,
that whole like sequence of how she's like kind of crawling on the floor and trying to get away and he stabs her in the back and all that. That's
yeah.
awesome.
I like the like Annie's Downey Harris vibe, even though she's kind of shirtless. But
Right?
I mean, I'm like, whoa, I didn't see Daniel's boobs before, but now I do. So,
Yeah.
but no, I like that killing that scene because it kind of reminds me. Or no, actually, it brings back some of the memories of when I watched 4 and 5
Oh,
when she was
sure.
little.
Yup. Yeah, so there's a lot of just like even it's cool in that it's a retelling of Halloween and it's kind of maybe arguably better special effects and more gore and then there's just so many horror actors and horror Easter eggs and stuff like that. So it is fun. It's definitely fun to watch. Um gosh, I had another nitpicky thing I wanted to say. Now I can't think of it. Darn. Oh well.
As soon as we get done, I'm like, oh shit, I know what that. Fuck, forgot where to go. Yeah, it
Uh,
happens.
so what would you rate the 2007 Halloween movie? Oh, I remember what it was. Quick, before you hold off on the rating because this might affect everything. So when he's a kid, right? He first has like a plasticky clown mask with a rubber band, and that's kind of like a tribute to his clown mask in the original Halloween, except that was more of a rubber mask, but we won't get nitpicky there. But his sister's boyfriend has the actual Michael Myers mask and is like wearing that for a joke. And then when he goes to kill his sister, he takes that mask and puts it on, and so he's wearing the actual Michael Myers mask, but he's still just a little kid. So it's like this little kid with like a full adult size Michael Myers mask, and it just looks ridiculous. I just think of all like the memes you see at Halloween with like the little kids dressed up as Michael Myers and stuff.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah,
oh my God.
those go around every time Halloween comes, like the month of October. You
Yeah,
see some of those. Yeah,
like the kid that's a hot dog with a Michael Myers mask, and he's the Oscar
yeah,
Oscar
yeah,
Mayer wiener, whatever.
yeah.
Anyway, okay, I got that out. So, with that in mind, what would you rate Halloween 2007, the Rob Zombie edition?
It's kind of really hard because I really want to rate this like 8, 9, but I would have to knock this down a little bit to like 7.5, 8. Oh, I'll give it an 8. Fuck it.
Yeah, I agree with you. I was gonna give it 7, just because it's entertaining. I mean, how can you have all these horror movie actors in it? It's Rob
Yeah.
Zombie. It's fun to watch. I mean, how can you go wrong? So I was gonna give it a 7, but it does have Clint Howard in it, so I have to give it a bonus point. So that makes
Oh
it an
yeah.
8. That's my long-standing Clint Howard rule is always
Yeah,
with an
just
extra.
like it's Clint Howard. You gotta have Clint Howard, Daniel Harris. You got Dee Wallace. I mean,
Exactly. Sid Haig, Bill
yeah,
Moseley. Danny Trejo, your favorite Brad Dourif. I mean,
Yeah.
how can you go wrong, really?
Well, Danielle's is my favorite too,
Oh
but
yeah.
I gotta like Brad Dorff. Yeah, he's my main.
Right on. So
He is.
yeah. So, so there you have it. I think I rated the original 10 out of 10 as I recall. So this is 8 out of
Yep.
10. Still very good and worth watching. And so there you have it. That sums it up for Halloween 2007. Please hit the like button and tell your friends and subscribe if you haven't already. And we're available on just about every podcast platform you can think of and YouTube. And we're always looking for comments and suggestions and requests.
Always.
Always. And so, until next time.
Until next time.